So the scripture for today is from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 8, verse 32, and it reads, Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. And meditation is the following. It is noteworthy that not long before, even his closest disciples, not understanding the meaning of Christ's words, tried to get him to refuse to accept his suffering for which he had come. Two Old Testament prophets, Moses, the lawgiver, and Elijah, who restored worship of the true God, spoke with him on the mountain of Transfiguration about his departure. Enlightened by a heavenly light, they understood the meaning of this incomparable, all-overshadowing departure, which accomplished the task of salvation, which had not been accomplished by anything else. Neither the thunder of Sinai, nor the law, nor the inspired prophetic voices. The prophet Elijah realized the insignificance of what he also was attempting to do compared to what was to be accomplished in Jerusalem. How less important were the wind and the storm and the earthquake compared to the gentle wind of grace which the Lord brought to the earth. The internal kingdom, indestructible, erected without external force or splendor, but forever fixed in human hearts by the death and life of the Son of God. Elijah hid in a cave. A storm swept before him, tearing apart mountains and crushing cliffs, and there came a voice, "Come out and stand on the mountain before the face of the Lord," as it says in 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 11. After the gentle breeze, as described in verse 12, Elijah left the cave. The quiet voice of God called him from the cave and instructed him. It said, "Go to Damascus," and consoled him, saying that in Israel there are still 7,000 men who had not bowed their knees before Baal. Come out and stand before the face of the Lord. Come out of your cave, from your despair and fear. Come out from your thoughts and feelings and breathe in the heavenly air of God. The Lord will also tell you, "Go," and not in your cave, but in his hand, wounded for you, he will protect you from the terrible power of darkness, from disillusionment, and from every evil. And if you, like Elijah, humbly accept God's instruction, God's time and ways, maturing in solitude and humble acceptance, faithfully submitting to all the conditions of this instruction, then know that good and eternal fruit will be granted for your service, fruit which is perhaps hidden for a time, but undeniable and cultivated by that quiet breeze of the Spirit of God, which, entering into and reviving your soul, will lead it from strength to strength into God's glory.